Worm God Zol. Zol has been around in Destiny's lore for a very, very long time, since the Warmind DLC in fact. But how strong is he? Let's find out. According to viewership data from May, 80% of you are newcomers to the channel, so let me explain Zol. Zol is one of the 5 worm gods. Before the Hive Gods became the Hive Gods, they had to bargain with the Worm Gods to obtain power. Each of the Hive Gods, when they kill things and they grow stronger, they pay tribute to one of the Worm Gods. Zol, as a Worm God, would rank above each of the Hive Gods all by himself. But wait, what about the Pantheon bosses, and Rolk being stated as the strongest raid boss? Yeah, about that. Zol has an avatar called the Whisper of the Worm. The Whisper of the Worm is able to hurt the witness when they're holding back, and this is just a body of Zol. This is not even his true form. True form Zol, due to the fact that the Guardian would downscale from the witness and empower Zol every second with death, would put Zol above each and every Hive God, each and every raid boss from the Pantheon, including both Rolk and Nezarec. For reference, Rolk and Nezarec scale above 6 of the strongest Guardians ever born. We're talking about multiversal, infinite multiversal, high hyperversal, or far higher greater levels of power. We're talking about someone who's possibly on the same level, if not higher, than Warmind Rasputin, if you're one of my more experienced viewers. Yeah, this guy could tank the Loki crown to the face. This guy could take Warsat spam. This guy could take so much damage from Rasputin and be fine. At this point, it's pretty much overkill seeing how I got to the point within the first 2 minutes. But to really sell you on Zol, I'm going to give you a list of scaling ends and feats that you can use with him just to cement the point even further. First piece of evidence, he is the god of death.
The Whisper was one of the worm gods, one of the Hive worm gods, and it was the pocket dimension for that worm god. So if you're thinking, well, we killed Zol in Warmind, right? In that strike. Yes, absolutely. But he's the worm god of death. When the worm's physical form was destroyed, it retreats into its pocket dimension, which was the Whisper. Well, I'm getting into deep lore here, but this is why I made all these choices. It was the opposite version of the grave of Ulin Tan in the Lost Oasis, Lost Sector. So Ulin Tan was really important because that was a guardian in the lore that mixed light and darkness and kind of blurred the line and was, sort of a heretic in that regard, because the speaker didn't, was very against using the darkness in any way. As you know, in Destiny, Guardians have now adopted the darkness in one form or the other. So this is sort of the beginning of the Guardian's path towards darkness and being tempted. So when you went through the Whisper and you defeated the essence of Zol, you actually claimed what would be the most powerful expression to a Guardian of Hive God power. In my mind, if the most powerful version of a worm god's energy was a sword in Hive logic, because it is, what would it be in a Guardian's hands? Well, the Black Spindle sniper rifle. So that was my whole thinking for that.
And there you have it. Fractal Grove, who was a Bungie employee, was the one who worked on the Whisper mission and said himself that Zol is the god of death. When the Guardian kills, he gives Zol energy. When anyone in the solar system kills, they invoke Zol's name and give him energy. Every passing second, even right now as I'm speaking, Zol is getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. People on my channel know me for my Oryx scaling, so let me put it to you like this. Oryx wants to become death. Zol is death. So at this point, tell me, what does Rolk and Nezarec have that competes with someone of this level of power who would destroy them in less than one attack? For my more casual viewers, let me put it to you this way. Dragon Ball, gone. Dragon Ball Heroes, gone. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, gone. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, gone. BlazBlue, gone. Guilty Gear, gone. Umineko, gone. A huge portion of SCP, gone. The majority of Godzillaverse, gone. Zol is one of the most powerful characters in Destiny history. He went from arguably being the weakest worm god and no one to really write home about, to being one of the most powerful characters in Destiny history, probably being the strongest hive god of all. Zol is certainly not lacking in hacks either. He has the ability to warp reality. Reality is subjective to his perceptions, or subjective reality. He has law manipulation, extremely high death hacks. He has biological adaptation, extreme damage resistance, extreme hacks resistance. He has physical erasure, quark erasure, atomic erasure, mental erasure, spiritual erasure, conceptual erasure, narrative erasure, meta-narrative erasure. He has every level of metaphysical manipulation, this being conceptual manipulation, principle manipulation, system manipulation, axiom manipulation, ontological manipulation. This part is speculation, as Zol's brother Akka is the size of a moon with his entire body, so it's possible that Zol's true form is the size of a moon. He has a throne world in the Ascendant Plane, so that means he also has true form abstraction, which inversely also means that no matter how many times you kill him physically, not only will he become immune to the way that he was killed, but it also just sends him back to his throne world, making him even stronger because you gave him death. Also, that means his physical body can die an infinite amount of times. As I've brought up earlier, Zol's rank as a hive god within the plane, particularly a worm god within the Ascendant Plane, means that all hive within the plane are constantly giving him power 24/7, amping him, amping him, amping him. Not only that, because he's particularly a worm god, this means the three pillar gods, this being Oryx, Savathun, and Xivu Arath, may or may not also be paying tribute to him, although the last three we're going to leave up to speculation. And finally, the one thing I've held in the back of my pocket for the entire video is that Zol has defied the sword logic and evolved it as a concept according to his design. Zol has done things with death and sword logic that no one has ever seen inverse. He is the most intelligent of the worm gods, being able to do this, which also doubles as a high outer-versal intelligence feat and a high outer-versal scaling feat, as well as a high outer-versal hacks feat. There is a lot more I could say about Zol, but here's the point. He is way more powerful than you've ever believed. The launch of the Final Shape amped Zol on such a degree that the person he was before Final Shape would lose to a lot of the characters I mentioned in the video. Anyway, that's it. If you want more cool stuff like this, please let me know. Final Shape just launched, so I'm going to be taking a week for about a week or two to go gather footage for new content. And that's all I have to say. Like, share, and subscribe if you want more content like this. Share it around, because that would be amazing. And I want Reddit to be as mad as possible, as well as Quora. And I'll see y'all later. Goodbye!